It was early 2000s that she came here with us. She was disbanded from another reptile exhibit before that, and then was a household pet for a few years. And you know, there was a guy that decided he wanted to donate it to Rick here at the exhibit. So then that's when she moved here so early, 2000, 2001, around there. She was estimated when we got her at about 10 or 15 years. So, I mean, the lifespan, she lived a good full lifespan for a large snake. There's nothing that I think we could have done different. I mean, just the amount of time that she's been here with us already speaks volumes of the job we do taking care of these critters. We're here 7 days a week, and then I even have a zookeeper that comes in for enrichment with all the snakes and works on the weekends. So it was just her time. She lived a good full life here and was definitely iconic of our place. And, so it's kind of just closes a chapter. But, 20-something years she's been a family pet, so it's been a little tough.
Say something that's probably pet-like.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, without a doubt, they say a reptile, alligators have small brains, snakes, this and that. I don't know, man. You become attached to them, and I definitely know that working with her over the years and her disposition, depending on who was offering the husbandry and taking care of the cages, I mean, she would act different, so I feel like we had a good working relationship. In other words, you don't see a lot of other pictures of anybody else holding that one by the head. I'm usually always the one up in front with her. Everybody else always stays on the back end. But I never had her strike at me, or she was pretty docile. We've never really officially weighed her again or measured her, which kind of adds on to the history, because when we wanted to have her preserved, we didn't really know what to do because she's such a pet. So we had her tanned. We sent her off to a tannery. So we'll have that, because it's definitely probably going to be one of the biggest snake skins in North America. But I'm estimating that this thing's going to measure out at 25 or 26 feet, which would make her the largest snake in captivity in the world when she passed. But the skins change the length as they're tanned, so there's really so we'll never know. But the hide would be the only thing we got to measure, and it's going to be big. Last time she was right there around, I think, like 22. 4 or something. So she was she was still growing, but I mean, she really was mainly growing by mass. We were pretty careful about her diet. One thing is with pets, dogs, cats, even reptiles, we all like to feed our pets, and it's real easy to overfeed cats and dogs when they're in captivity. It's the same with snakes. So, Tom was always just like, you don't have to feed her as much as just because she's hungry, but we always like to make her content, and it made it a lot safer for our staff to work with her. So, I mean, I'm not sure what exactly she weighed when she passed, but she was up there, yeah.
200 pounds?
Oh, well over 200 pounds. She was over 300 pounds, I think. Traditionally, she was eating all feeders, guinea pigs, rabbits. She had a diet that you feed captive snakes. We never did any live feeding. We don't really do that here. It's really dangerous because all of our reptiles are pretty much captive, so they don't really know how to hunt. They're not from the wild. So it's a lot more dangerous to feed. There's no nutritional value as far as feeding live. It's dangerous for the snakes. So we've always bought feeder rabbits. We still got a pretty cool exhibit with the pythons here. This is one of the only places in Florida that you can come to see pythons, which is super cool. Rain or shine. We have our alligators here. Those guys are legends too. I mean, they're overlooked, but Grumpy and Zeus have been here since I was 10 years old. They've been with us for 30 years. I remember when they were just 2 or 3 feet long. So we still got our reptiles. Everything is business as usual. But over the last 2 or 3 years, we've been working on bringing in more like heritage-based stuff, like the airboat exhibit here, and start to tell the story, aside from just the skunk ape, but of the people and our history here. And that we're one of the ways that Gladesman culture has always made it and evolving, and the Shealys, we've always done that as well. And I think that the future looks really good.